Have you ever tried to buy something on the Ethereum blockchain and found out that the price of what you're paying is completely different than the original price? What about if sometimes when you pay for something and it's supposed to take, let's say, like 15 seconds and it took close to an hour or 2 hours? So this is called gas fees. And gas fees are something that is almost like a transaction fee that goes into Ethereum blockchain. So in this video, we're going to go through what is gas fees and why you have to pay for it. So using Ethereum to pay for stuff has been very popular nowadays, but it comes with its own downfall. One of them is the inconsistency of the transaction fees, which they call it gas fees. But before we start ranting about that, because I have a lot to say, let's go ahead about what is gas fees. Basically, it's a payment done by the user to compensate for the computing power that takes to process the transaction and validate it. But what does that mean? Basically, it's just a processing fee that takes your transaction from point A to point B on the Ethereum blockchain. And each transaction needs a fee to successfully send that transaction from one point to another. So the gas fees are being paid by the Ethereum native currency, which is ETH. But the gas price itself is called GUE. It's basically a 10 to the power of minus 9, and it's like 0.00. I'm just going to put it up here. So instead of saying the gas is 0.00 whatever, you just say that the gas is 1 GUE. But the thing is that is very confusing with people is because it's called gas. You would think it's just like what we are used to. It's basically you bring your car in and first come, first serve. But it's not based on who got there first. It's actually kind of weird. The way it's done is whoever pays the most gas gets more priority. So if you pay 20 bucks to get your transaction processed, whoever is paying like 25 will get the priority. It's basically like a fast pass lane for anything that you want. Here's the thing that's crazy about gas fees, because the way the projects are launched in the blockchain, most of them have limited quantities and they launch in a specific time and day. So if 1,000 people go in at the same time, they're trying to buy an item that's only limited quantity of 500. That means that 500 people are not going to go ahead and buy the item. But the transaction fees doesn't go back to you if the transaction failed. The transaction fee still goes to the miner. So if 1,000 people are going in, 500 people are going to lose in that transaction, and they're going to end up paying that money out of their pocket. And this is the biggest problem I see in the Ethereum blockchain at the moment, is just like how the gas is being burned by people paying the transaction. And if something is being bought and it's already being sold out, all of these people are in the queue to go and buy that item. They already paid the fee and they're not getting that money back. This is one thing that you have to be very careful when you're buying something on the blockchain. If it has limited quantity, it will probably behoove you to increase the gas fee to make sure you got a leg into that transaction. So how do you know that you need to increase the gas if you're buying something with limited quantity? Well, the way I do it is I go to a website called gasnow.org, and it gives me like a historical data for like a week time and hourly data throughout the day to know what was the gas price at 5 o'clock yesterday and throughout the whole week. And it gives me like a nice ballpark to where to put my gas fees to make sure that that transaction is going through without failing. And actually this tool saved me a lot of money because I used to spend a lot of gas and the transaction would fail. And all of this stuff adds over time, so it's really not efficient to go ahead and just pray that something's gonna work. It's always a good idea to plan ahead, make sure you have enough funds in your wallet to go in before you buy. Otherwise, you could lose some money. And the one thing that I'm really hopeful for is Ethereum 2.0. However, moving Ethereum to the proof of stake doesn't necessarily that is going to help with the scalability. There will be some efficiencies gained, but honestly, I am not sure how is that going to affect the gas. We'll just have to wait and see together. But I'm just very hopeful that whatever it is, I hope that it improves the way the transactions are being handled in the Ethereum blockchain. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like and a comment. It will help the channel grow and it will help me with the algorithm. If you like this video, you might like this video as well, where I'm going to show you 3 different ways you can buy Ethereum on your wallet or with your phone. So just remember, take it one day at a time, and I'll see you in the next video.